So in many of my videos, you know that I'm a huge advocate of kind of utilizing dedicated tools to get away from not necessarily just your phone, but more importantly, social media, doom scrolling, notifications and stuff like that. Tools and devices like an embryonic retro gaming device or any gaming device that basically doesn't have any notifications. So I exclude those Android gaming devices because I feel like those have notifications in them, or a dedicated camera instead of shooting with your phone. Again, for the pure reason that you don't get distracted by notifications or social media. Using a tool like a video camera for journaling. And I kind of want to go into something that really made me kind of appreciate this approach, because there is something really frustrating for a couple of months on social media that I noticed, but now I even notice it even more consciously. And oh, by the way, if you notice that I'm not in my Smart 4 car, which I love a lot, I unfortunately had to give that car away. And unfortunately there is a health issue in one of my families, where that person cannot drive a car for a good, decent amount of time. So that person said, hey, why don't you drive my car for the time being? And this is a really cool car, actually. This is a Volkswagen Polo Cross. Yeah, and I'm really fortunate that I am allowed to drive this car, but obviously it's a shame that that person has to go through some really big medical things, and I hope everything goes all right. Anyways, so the thing about social media that I obviously noticed for a long time, but now notice it even more consciously because it does annoy me a lot, is that AI content has become so good that you really need to utilize a much higher brain capacity. And don't get me wrong, it's not about you need to be smart to notice it. That's not what you, at some point you probably need to be, but that's not what I meant. Or mean. It's more that you really need to kind of look for the telltale signs even much more intently to notice, oh, that is AI. I've seen now so many pieces of content because you're kind of like mindlessly scrolling, and I'm gotten really good getting away from social media by playing Chrono Trigger or now Final Fantasy VI, so occupying my brain with a retro gaming device. But still, occasionally I utilize Instagram a lot for instant messaging. I kind of wish there would be a different method. I think it is really a shame that YouTube doesn't have a direct messaging feature anymore, because if YouTube had that, I would only use YouTube. But Instagram is one of the tools that I utilize a lot to stay in contact with people on social media. So when I'm there and checking my DMs, I unfortunately start scrolling, and then I noticed watching content and I'm like, oh, that's pretty cool. And then I noticed, hold on a second, look even further. And that's what I mean by utilizing brain capacity a little bit stronger. I kind of always imagine my brain's having a specific amounts of points that I can spend, and spending those points on mindless stuff is terrible, don't get me wrong, but when you're doom scrolling, it feels like, oh, you don't spend that many points at one time. Obviously, if you every scroll is basically 1 point that you kind of waste away, and now that you have to kind of figure out, oh, okay, is that AI slop? You kind of spent like, instead of 1 brain capacity point, you spent like 10. So it is a little bit more wasteful. And that is something that really annoys me from multiple perspectives. First and foremost, obviously, you watch something that is not real. You think, oh, I watched some really cool dog content, and you think like, or I think like, oh, that's a cute dog that is doing something really impressive. Not impressive to the capacity that I'm thinking it's unreal, but to the capacity where I kind of, how you call it, throw away your disbelief, or that, where you kind of think, okay, that could be real. And then suddenly you think, oh, hold on, that's AI. And that annoys me so much. So not only it utilizes more brain capacity that you could use differently, and where you waste the time, then you watch something that is unreal. Plus, you kind of support creators that don't put any effort in content. And that is something obviously that annoys me also a lot. I put so much effort into my main channel's content, and the videos that require a lot of effort don't get that many views. The videos that I don't utilize or use that much effort get so much views. That confuses me so much. And then you see other creators that just do AI slop get like millions of views, and that obviously from a content creator's perspective annoys me a lot. And obviously other creators that put so much effort in don't get any views, but then this AI slop does. So it is extremely annoying. And yeah, another reason why I kind of am a huge advocate of utilizing these dedicated tools to get away from social media, and especially from doom scrolling. As you maybe remember, I also deleted the YouTube Studio app because the amount of comments on YouTube, on social media that are a little bit stupid, is getting bigger. I'm really happy that there are also really good comments that chime into the conversation. And as I always say, I'm all open for constructive criticism. But if it's stupid criticism, it chips away at your enthusiasm to make content. So it is really important to kind of protect yourself by deleting the YouTube Studio app, but also kind of getting away from social media. And for that, I have been recommending so much these gaming devices. And no matter how stupid some people might consider it, I think it is one of the most efficient and also very cheap tools. I mean, even if you pay like $100 for an Anbernic gaming device, for example, or a DJI Pocket or whatever, I need to check those out, by the way. Those €100 or dollars are spent so well because it is the device that you can carry with you and get away from your phone. Also, if you are into photography, having a dedicated point-and-shoot camera. I'm not talking about the big cameras. I think it's very important to utilize tools that don't add to the work, in air quotes, that you have to do. So if you kind of buy yourself a big DSLR, there is a high likeliness that you don't carry it with you, that you leave it at home. So there is a huge argument to kind of buy like a small point and shoot camera that you can always carry with you. Or in this case, for example, the DJI Pocket 3 is such a small camera, or an action camera, that you can always bring in addition, and that's the important part, have a tool that you can bring in addition to your phone, so that it is much easier to kind of distract yourself from your phone and utilize those tools as efficiently as possible to not check social media, to not get distracted by notifications. So again, the phone is a great tool. I love my phone. But social media notifications can be either time wasters or make it very difficult for you to reset. So adding tools like a small camera, a retro gaming device, and really important, I think I want to underline it needs to be a small one. Because someone will kind of argue probably, oh, buy a Steam Deck, that's amazing. Yeah, it's probably an amazing tool. But there is a huge potential that you probably won't carry the Steam Deck to work. You won't necessarily carry it on a daily basis. A small little retro gaming device fits into your pocket or a sling bag very easily and makes it easy for you to bring along, and then also utilize it, like I always say, for those 10-minute breaks to reset your brain. And also a camera. An action camera is such a good investment for you to vlog and get those thoughts out. So yeah, I would recommend, if you want to get away from social media and stop wasting your time on social media, then try to get a tool like that you can always bring with you to distract yourself from all of that kind of mindlessly scrolling. All right, that was my video about these kind of tools. Let me know what kind of tool you're utilizing to get away from social media, and what are your thoughts about kind of this overwhelming amount of AI slop on social media. Let me know in the comment section below. And maybe check out yesterday's video about my frustration with some comments and the importance of mental health in the video up here. YouTube thinks that you like the video down here. Don't forget to hype and like this video, it helps a lot. Or subscribing to this channel by clicking the button up here. That way we see each other tomorrow. Thank you very much.